Hi everybody, welcome back as we continue our series of videos for the Great Start Scheme. My name's Matt Miller from Essex County Council, and today I get to welcome back Sam Candy of Responsible Futures again. Today we're going to be talking about the S in ESG. What do you mean when we're talking about social value?
Essentially, it's about the positive contribution that you make to society beyond just financial profit or personal gain. So this can include things like community and philanthropy, diversity, equity and inclusion, health and safety, working conditions, human rights, employee relations, and training and education. By helping others, we also help ourselves. It encourages smarter spending to not only deliver a proposed service, but also to address social, economic and environmental issues in the local community. But better than that, it helps to engage, enable and empower people inside and outside of your organisation so that you can work together in the pursuit of social, economic and environmental well-being. Social value helps with stakeholder engagement, with employee engagement and retention. It improves mental health and well-being. It helps build a diverse and inclusive workforce. It attracts talent, and it can also improve your brand reputation and change the lives of the community around you.
Fantastic. Sam, what is the Government Social Value Act?
That's especially for business if you are tendering for any services to the government. But the UK Government Social Act is also known as the Public Services Social Value Act, and it requires public authorities in England and Wales to consider how their procurement processes can improve the economic, social and environmental well-being of the area that they serve. So it encourages public sector organisations to think beyond just getting the best price for goods and services, and to consider the wider benefits that their procurement decisions can bring to communities. There's actually some really helpful information about this on the ECC social value pages. We will put a link, as always, in the attachment below. If you're looking to tender for these, if you don't have any environmental or social value or governance, then you're really going to have to make sure that you put those policies in place.
Fantastic. So how could a company put together, Sam, a social value strategy?
Finding your purpose and values, doing a stakeholder analysis, identifying key social value issues in your community, integrating your social value plan into your business, setting objectives and targets, looking for those partnerships and collaborations and bringing those together, measuring and reporting, and engaging and empowering employees, and then finally communicating that and celebrating successes. So you want to start by clearly articulating your organisation's purpose and values. What do you stand for? What social values are important to you? And this forms the foundation of your social value strategies. So your first step would be to look at your values as a business and who your stakeholders are and how your business affects the local community it's part of. Say your business is a hairdresser. So here are some values that maybe would align with that. So the community engagement being a part of the high street. So one of your values being community engagement is about engaging with and supporting the local community by participating in events, in fundraisers, or offering a discounted service to those that are in need. The next value might be promoting diversity and inclusion. So this is about creating an inclusive and welcoming environment for clients and employees from all backgrounds, genders, ages and cultures, and fostering a sense of belonging and accepting. And then the final value is education. So this could be from in-house training, ensuring that all of your employees have the opportunity to grow and excel in their craft, or running workshops or collaborating with local schools and colleges to attract new talent and give local job opportunities. Any business can sit down, look at the values of their business and put them into how they relate with your stakeholder group. Once you really start thinking about these and what your values mean, and from that you then want to do a stakeholder analysis, because you then want to find out what your customers, suppliers, investors, local community, what their values are. And you really want to understand their needs, their expectations, and their concerns regarding social value. You could produce a survey, you could put it on an iPad, and every single person that you come into contact with, they can just go through those questions. It's about communicating with them. The other thing is just have a suggestion box and say what values align with you. The next one is about identifying the key social value issues in your community. Wherever you are, it's about how can you work together to support the local community and bring the community together. Do you all need to do a fundraiser to improve the area, which is going to then attract more business? So it's really about looking at the issues that might be in your community or in your industry as a business, and what can you do to make changes there. So then the next step is about incorporating social value into your business strategy. There is a benefit to doing good, and it should work both ways. It should work if you're working with a charity, it should work for the charity, and it should work for you too. Because when you are both benefiting out of it, that's when more good comes from it. So when you're looking at social value, think about how it's going to support your business. How will your project attract talent? How can it attract new customers? Customers are going to want to engage with you and maybe even get involved. How can you raise awareness for your business? Can your social value help with your storytelling? So adding social value helps with mental health and well-being of your employees. It helps with building a really valued culture.
And just on that, Sam, it could improve the footfall. You get more people coming because there's maybe some local news off the back of it. That's also the payoff for doing some of the great social work there.
The next step would be to set objectives and targets. So this might be setting specific goals and targets related to the social impact. So what time can you give to social value, and when are you going to do this? How much can you invest in social value? That could be monetary, but it could actually be time and education. If you're a marketing agency or you do video production or something like that, and a charity really needs your help, then you might be able to give them some advice and some time from your business, which could be as valuable as making a donation. Who do you want to give social value to? Is it your local community? Is it charity? Is it school leavers? And then how are you going to share all of this? So are you going to do social media? Are you going to invite the local newspaper to come and do an article about this? Or are you going to speak to your local council and share it with them? The next one is about the partnerships and collaborations. So this is about identifying the opportunities for partnerships and collaborating with other organisations, NGOs, government agencies, local communities. People need support more than ever, and doing that in your community and local to you, I think, is probably a really good place to start. I think it's also important to say the smaller charities probably need more of your help. And when you're looking at building that relationship, don't think, okay, we're going to do this for 1 year and then next year we're going to pick a different one, because actually the more that you can build a relationship, the better it is going to be for both of you.
What I would say is, from what you've said, is make that choice, define it based on what's right for you, but it will evolve and it will change over time. There's a variety of different ways and means that businesses can have that social value impact.
Social value is not just about charity, it's also about community, it's also about education, it's also about diversity, it's also about mental health and well-being. By engaging and empowering your employees on social value, it just helps so much to build such a great culture. It helps with the employees' mental health, it helps with their well-being, it attracts talent, it helps with their skills. So, make sure that you include that in part of your strategy too. We are on to the final one, and this is about communicating and celebrating successes. The amount of times that I speak to companies and they tell me about all the good that they're doing, and then I go and have a look at the website and I can't see it anywhere. Put it in your newsletter, share it on your social channels. Make sure that you put your social value on there. Bring it up in interviews. Make sure that you tell everyone about the speaking engagements that you're doing. Invite local press to hear about the projects that you're doing. And finally, just shout from the rooftops, because so much good will come out of it. And that's it. There you have a social value strategy.
Thank you, Sam. Really appreciate that. Thanks all. And we look to see you on the next video. Thanks, Sam, for joining us again today.